Now, with the biggest upsets and worst nightmares being witnessed in the 2022 Qatar World Cup extravaganza, now the ball now shifts to a different dimension, where today we also seek to see whether Belgium will redeem their crisis against Croatia, because that is going to be a very big encounter. And of course, Germany, Die Mannschaft, who is also up against Costa Rica. Now it's also going to be something beautiful to watch, because that is some enticing piece of action. But matters today, I now bring you to the home of heroes. Now this is a big place and also a very beautiful arena. For one man, Africa's fastest man. I'm talking about Ferdinand Omanyala, who I also got a chance to know which team he supports in the Qatar 2022 World Cup.
I'm supporting Brazil because in 2004, I remember we were watching the World Cup with my dad, and I remember the moves of Brazil ilikuwa noma. Hiyo team ilinibamba tangu hiyo time. The time of Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, hizo enzi. So nimekam fall in love na hiyo team. As much I'm supporting African teams as well, but I'm really looking forward to seeing Brazil win this one.
Don't go anywhere. #World Cup iko KBC. Now, Ferdinand, are we ready as a country to accommodate sports as a career? Or rather, are we ready to go pro as a nation when we talk about sports?
First, thanks for having me here. As a country, we're still a bit behind in terms of professionalizing sports in this country, because you look, so many people have talent, but most of these guys opt to look for jobs before they can fund their talent. So I'll say we're not there yet, but we need to come up with structures. We need to come up with things that will make sure that we as athletes or any players have this sport as they're playing professional. That's why we end up we don't have good results. Because if you're not playing your heart out, because you know at the end of the month this game is paying me back, we're not going to win anything. You understand? For athletes it's different, because we've signed with companies like Adidas, Nike, and all these other companies. That's why we get our money. That's why we push so hard in training. But if I told you you're not signed with any company, then this sport is very expensive. You can't handle it. So I'll say we are not yet there yet.
Ababu na Mwamba, just the other day, issued maybe his sentiments in regards to creating an academy that will nurture talent from one level or another. Do you think that's the right point in regards to maybe nurturing that particular talent in our country?
Yeah, the Kenya Academy of Sports, for me, it will be a good idea. And I just really hope that the management that will be put there will be focused on developing talent in the country, so that we don't have this mismanagement of funds and things that are like that. But that, for me, it's a good initiative. And I believe that there's so much talent. The only thing that we don't have is how to tap that talent. And now with the CS coming on board and trying to make sure that we have all these initiatives together, for me, I think that will be a good option for this country. Now that comes down to individual federation and people who are in charge of that, because I believe the players are giving all their hard work. They're hardworking, and they're doing their best to be in that team. But now the problem comes in the appreciation, because you find some guys are not being appreciated as much as they're training or they're giving back to the country. So I believe that the individual federations should just appreciate what these guys are doing. It's never easy. Training is never easy, and trust me when I say it's never easy, and trust me when I tell you that it's a very hard thing to just make into those teams. So if the federation can just really appreciate the athletes by giving them what they deserve, then this country will be in the next level. The current CS who was coming, I saw he gave a directive that all the budgets will be put like 7 months or 9 months before the actual events. So for me, that will be a good plan, and it's always difficult for us as athletes or us as teams to approach the government like a week to the event, and then you're asking the government to give us money. At some point, that's almost impossible. So that part where you just have to give a budget like 9 months prior to your events and 9 months prior to whatever you want to do, so that the government can. That will be now their problem, because we gave you 9 months, we gave you a budget, and then you have not approved it. 9 months to the But you can't come 2 weeks too, and then you want to ask the government to give you money. In regards to how other countries are being treating sports, for me, I'll say they are being well taken care of, because you understand that you win medals out here, but when you come back in the country, you're given like 500k or 300,000. That's not a lot of money for that type of hard work. And you see now the problem comes in when we get into camps. We get into camp like a month and then to the games. You don't know where I've been the other 11 months. If you just want me to come to the camp for that 1 month, after the events are done, forget about Omanyala. Tutamuhitaji next time when we need him. But if we can come up with structures that will put, like, I know US have like a 4-year cycle. Like, they have people who have been put in camp targeting the 2028 Olympics. You understand? You can't come and compete with that kind of a person, because he's been given all the resources, he's been given all the support that he needs to participate into the Olympics in 2028, not even 2024, 2028. So if we can come up with structures like you say, the Kenya Academy of Sports, and prepare these talented fellows for the next games, then I think with that we can come and curb this issue of having, getting one talent and then disappears, getting another. We can come and curb that. I believe we can get to the level where other countries are.
Depression happens to be the major thing amongst athletes in this country of ours. Now, do you think from one level or another it's something that should be addressed?
First of all, mental strength is not something that you can teach. It's not something that you can give someone. But I believe psychologists can do that. And I've been through that. I've been through a lot of challenges, and believe me, I was at the edge of giving up. So when you see athletes going into depression, I understand, because they are putting their bodies in line, and they are putting their careers online, because they want this thing to earn them something. So if you're putting in the work, but the return is minimal, then you get into depression, because also there's this part that time is moving. And every time we are getting closer to the grave, you're getting older. You're not getting any younger. For athletes, you never get any younger, because when you're growing, when the years are going by, people behind you are coming also. They are challenging you. So when you're getting closer to, you're aging up, and then you look back and see there's nothing you've done, and there's nothing you're achieving out of something that you really love. Then you start asking yourself questions. You start looking for other options apart from that, and maybe sometimes it's too late. Sometimes it may be late for you to correct yourself and get something out of it. So that point now drives into the part where you get so stressed, you start thinking about things that you've never thought about. You start thinking about other options to give you something. And some of the players have families, you understand. Some of the players have children. And looking at what's coming back out of the sport you're doing, nothing. So for me, I'll say, if it's possible that this government, or maybe not the government really, but those people involved can really try and make the sport as one of the careers for athletes or even different people in this society, then that will save a lot of things.
Now let's talk about corporate branding and also incentives that athletes should engage themselves in. Are you likely to urge other athletes just to be involved in other things rather than just the track? Because a good example is you, who we've seen in the Omanyala, that's the Sauti Sol, that's Savara's song, and he was in that specific collabo. Do you urge other athletes to engage themselves in such kind of things so that we may maybe curb this issue of 10 years down the lane, athletes are complaining that they need this and this in terms of financial aid?
Me siwezi imba, of course, I can't sing. I can't sing. I appreciate those people who have really composed songs for me, which I really love, and I know the lyrics like Zote. So I can't sing, honestly, but it's something nice. For me, I want to associate with different types of people. You've seen me with artists, you've seen me with marathoners, you've seen me with different people in the society who've made it in life. So I want to associate with everybody. I don't want my life to be just in track. You understand? I am in a process of setting up a foundation. My foundation basically will do 3 major things: health, that it's one of them. And health, you've seen me in so many marathons, certain cancer, autism, on the World AIDS Day thing that is happening on the 1st. So health will be one of the objectives of the foundation, and then we'll have development of sprints in Kenya. That will be 2, and then the climate change, using different things to bring to help in the climate change, because it's been a topic that's being talked about by so many people in the world right now. Those are the 3 objectives that I will want to run with my foundation. And then another thing, I'm a student at University of Nairobi. Hopefully I'll be done in 2 years. So using my chemistry, I can come and I can look for a job or do something about it. Another thing is I'm a police. So after that, maybe I'll be, I don't know where God will take me, but maybe I could be in a higher office somewhere working. And then another thing, we have Sprint Achievers Club, which I really want is to come and develop sprinters in this country. In liaison with my foundation, I want to see us build different sports complexes and develop different camps that will really help in developing sprinters in the country. So I have a lot of things to do in the backside. So just a matter of time after I retire, and then we can now pick those things up.
Without further ado, nothing is left to say because all the things have been said and said. The only thing that remains is for most of the teams to reach their goals. I mean, that goal, not that goal behind me, but their goals in regards to reaching the round of 16 in the 2022 World Cup Extravaganza. Hashtag World Cup Iko KBC. Remember, you can also follow us through our social media platforms and visit our website. I go by the name Oronje Kusimba across all social media platforms. I'm signing out.